Hello again, it's Laree Walls, broadcasting from the Mermaid Room. I wanted to share a little bit more about the 240-gallon aquarium and the inhabitants here. You'll notice that my swim tank has corals from Euphyllia, GSP, mushrooms, polyps, mostly softies, kind of a nice close-up there. And I was able to find a new replacement for the male Clarkie clownfish that jumped out. I found this little guy the other day, and he seems to be doing great. He's been accepted by the female. She sort of helps to protect him, and she's even letting him come over to the anemone. So he might have it made in the shade, this little guy. Seems to be good to go. As long as our birdgrass keeps his big long snout to himself, and the humu. Yeah, so it's really tough to keep things in here like cleaner crabs. The humu ate them almost immediately, but I've been having good luck with some of the snails that are in here. He hasn't been able to grab onto those yet. And look, somebody's actually doing their job. Huh. He must be hungry. So everyone is always surprised that I have 2 cleaner shrimp living under here with the emperor angel. I got a yellow eye coal tang. Say that a few times. And once the puffer eats, he goes back in the back and he lies down to rest. It's a big feat for him to come out and eat. But a little bit about what's happening underneath here right now. You will hear some noise coming from this monster half-horse chiller. My double-stack nuclear filters being powered by the Gold Art hybrid pump. You can see it's a massive pump. Pretty quiet. Luckily, my husband, who is an HVAC contractor, had some of these rubber mounting pieces, and he actually he did connect the pump through the rubber mounting blocks directly to the base, this wood base that he painted with black rubber for me, and that makes that pump completely quiet. So if you have a pump that's rattling, I found some of those rubber mounting blocks on Amazon, something similar to that. So it's an idea to help with vibration noise. So it's a good thing to have around. And my refugium down here is huge. I grow caulerpa. Also something that looks like lettuce I picked up from a local fish store the other day. I never had any of that. What looks like lettuce. It actually tears like lettuce, and I haven't tasted it, but it might taste like lettuce. It looks just like it. My wonderful skimmer, my Simplicity skimmer, and the 2 Red Sea cups with the blue and white filter media. This 40-watt UV sterilizer is being run by a really big CHA pump. Extremely quiet, but that pump has to be on the lowest speed. Otherwise it will blow everything out of the sump. And that is one powerful pump. Water heaters, Phoenix. So far, let's see, I have 8 available electrical outlets on each side with these DJ switches. I'm using all but one. And all but one. So definitely have quite a bit of electrical consumption happening with all the pumps and the chiller. And I did do some cleaning. I had to take this ice cap gyre, this is a 3K out, and clean that up really good. It was starting to get bubble algae, but it had coralline algae all grown all over it. But sparkling clean right now. I think it's set to 50% max. And we'll see how it, bringing the water all the way down at 50%. I'd say that it's about 6 foot down the tank, because this entire tank is 8 feet long. Also an update, in case you hadn't noticed it before, a third of my tank is glass covered with this glass support. Oops, there's my cleaning toothbrush. But the other day we put together these beautiful covers, and so I've got one on each end. It worked out really well, because I know where the fish will probably jump and where they probably won't, which allows me to have a little place where I can add food into the tank. One on, little space on each end of the tank. On top we've got the 3 max spec razors, and this is a beautiful aquarium. I couldn't be happier with the used tank and our custom built stand. The tank is it's 3 feet up off the ground. The stand is 3 feet tall, so it gives me plenty of room to crawl around, crawl underneath, do my filter changes. Just thought I'd leave you a pause there. It's pretty quiet. The only thing you're going to hear right now, like I said, is the chiller running. And when that's running, the heat that comes out from behind that chiller, it's a really hot corner over here. So, removing some air with the ceiling fan. So that's all the updates for today. And we'll come back and visit some of the other tanks on another day. Again, from the Mermaid Room, have a wonderful day. Thank you for stopping by.